power to shift the room. Today, let's lean in the really and really listen. So, you know, sometimes we hear but we don't listen. So let's pay attention and listen. Thank you so much for that. Let's quickly go to Fab India Expo. Let's go to the ad, please.
The Fab India Expo announces its after Diwali sale. As we approach closing, enjoy store-wide discounts on all your favorite items. Plus, don't miss the Meat Festival at Zyka Restaurant, featuring delicious Indian-style curries and grilled meats. Hurry, the Fab India Expo closes on November 9th. Fab India Expo, opposite Medford Gas Station in Chaguanas.
Ho, 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 ho! Merry Christmas!
It's the Mid-Center Mall Christmas Market from December 5th to the 28th. Experience the magic of the season with over 300 local and international merchants, multiple restaurants, and daily stage performances. Fun for the entire family with a bouncy castle for the kids and the perfect place for Christmas shopping. The Mid-Center Mall Christmas Market, where the spirit of Christmas comes alive.
In Master Control, Nathaniel Reed, and on behalf of the team, we'd like to wish each and every one of you a beautiful, blessed, productive and great day today. Happy Tuesday, my friends. I trust all is well, you're safe, you're happy, you're in good health, and you're having yourself a beautiful day, reminding you life is what you make of it. It's Tuesday, the 18th of November, 2025. It is a day and time we will never have the opportunity to ever have again in life. Don't procrastinate, don't waste your time. Time is precious, tomorrow is not promised. And if you're celebrating a birthday, happy birthday. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary to you and yours. That's someone special. Today I'm in conversation with a group of young people, ambitious and daughters and son of the soil, and they're going to tell us all about the movement for the encouragement of dharmic services. Let's say good morning and a very warm welcome, should I say Sitaram or Namaste, to, of course, Urbi Chakrabarti and beautiful Sakshi Kushwaha. Did I get that correct?
Yeah, you did.
Great. Welcome, welcome, beautiful ladies. Doctors in the making, third year students, I believe, medical students. Really nice having you here. So we've got the president and, of course, this wonderful, beautiful young lady as well, both medical students, part of this wonderful movement. So let's get started. Tell us a little bit about this movement.
So the movement for the encouragement of dharmic services, also known as MEDS, because we are based in the Faculty of Medical Sciences. We were formed in the year 1989 because they wanted an avenue for medical students especially to express their sanatan, right? There was no place for them to really express themselves and be themselves and practice their Hinduism. So this group was basically created so that everybody interested in Sanatan Dharma, regardless of if they're Hindu or not, they would have an avenue to express themselves. So, yeah.
When you talk about Sanatan Dharma and you talk about feeling as if you're part of something and being able to express yourself, and then you also talk to us about being Hindu or not Hindu, you all are invited and inclusive, yes? You came from a Hindu home?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
So you felt very much in sync or part of such.
Yes, I did.
Great. And what about you?
Oh, I also came from a Hindu home, but we have a couple of other members in our exec who are actually not Hindu, like our assistant secretary. He's actually Catholic, but he's been with us since year one.
Beautiful.
So for the past 2.5 years,
Yes.
he's been supporting us. He's been a part of our Diwali play, and he's really enjoyed it.
That is beautiful, and I think that is what really sets Trinidad and Tobago apart from others, how unique we are when it comes to having that great respect and admiration for others' religions. but respecting it and also being part of it. Because you find if, we're celebrating Eid, everybody's part of that. Or, it's all inclusive, and that is what I love. Or whether it's Diwali, everybody's part and parcel of it. And it's like a nice kalaloo, but respecting each other's without crossing the line. Very, very nice. So how many members do you have?
In terms of members in general, we have about 200. That consists of not only students, but doctors as well, and alumni who continue to support us, such as pharmacists, veterinary doctors, and much more, and even lecturers and technical staff. They are also a part of our club. In terms of active members, we have about 30 members, and the exec consists of 12 members.
Why did you in particular get involved when, because this is also time consuming, right? And we know when it comes to studies and time, sometimes you can't find enough time. You can't even find time to rest properly, to get some sleep. Why did you choose to be part of this movement?
Well, we came to medical school right after COVID-19, right? So we were used to everything being shut down and us being locked in our homes. So I think I really wanted an avenue to meet people and do something. So yes, that's why
you got involved. Sakshi, how and why this?
Well, personally, I came from a Hindu family, but my family does not regularly practice Hinduism. We pray every day at home, but we don't go to the temple every day. We don't do pujas and engage in that regularly. So when I came to medical school, I actually wasn't thinking about joining this club at all.
Right.
But I heard of the Diwali play that they were doing, and I was interested in that. So I thought it was cool that they were integrating religion and something fun for the youth as well. So I went to audition for the play, and I really enjoyed it. I did the play for we practiced for about 2 months, and because I enjoyed my time so much during that, I decided to continue on with the club.
Very nice. So you like a little bit of acting. You're looking at being an actress as well. What I see here is also beauty and brains, and that is nice. It's also, as much as it's time consuming, it can also be a place where you all can meet and greet, socialize a little bit, but also, like you say, get involved in extracurricular activities that will take you away from the studies and the intensity of what you do. And I don't think people really understand and appreciate doctors enough. And I was saying this to you all before. I've said it before on the show, and I will continue to say, you've earned it, you work hard for it, you spend your years, your time investing into healing others and fixing others. But the fact is, when you go out there and you start to practice, you understand that there's a lot of pain that you see, there's a lot of hurt. People are sad, they're in pain. And so that is something that's really difficult to manage if you don't know how to manage it. So the beauty is that when you get involved in all of these things that will set you apart, that will take you away to something you also enjoy doing and being part of, it really is quite relaxing and nice. Yeah. What are some of the projects that you've worked on? How long have you been the president?
Well, I have been the president since the beginning of this academic year.
Nice.
So, but I have been with the club since year one, all of us have. So we've been involved in the first play after COVID, which was Punarapi Jananam in 2023.
What was this about?
It was basically rebirth. That was the theme of it. It was about this. You can explain it better. She was the star of that.
She was the star, the leading role.
The female lead, yes.
Okay, darling. Tell us a little bit about it, Sakshi.
Okay, so the story was basically about the god Indra, and I guess it's a part of the Ramayana that isn't told as much. That's the point of the Meds quiz. We want to talk about different parts of stories in Hinduism. We don't want to just focus like how many other Hinduism groups, they just do the same Ram Leela every year. We try to come up with research different stories and elaborate on them. So this one is about Indra and somebody called Bhavishni, who is originally actually a man called Riksharaja. And he fell into the river of Yamuna. No,
it was Brahmalok.
Brahmalok, yeah. And the river sort of turned him into a woman. And so, and the woman had no recollection of her ever being a man. She had wiped her memory. And so later on, she met Indra, who is a god, and he fell in love with her. They both fell in love with each other, and they had a child called Vali, who later on comes to, meets Ram and dies by the hand of him, but that was our story for previous year. But for Punarapi Jananam, right, so they had Bali, sorry, it's just that it was 2 years ago. So they fell in love, they had a child, and Bhavishni turned back into Riksharaja, who is the man.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah, that was her curse. His curse. I think he did something that was forbidden. He went into Brahmalok and stepped into the river. So that was his curse, that he would turn into a woman.
Right.
But I think it was as soon as he finds love, he would turn back into a man.
What was the takeaway from that? I mean, the core of the lesson in that play.
So
I know you said it's a rebirth, which is like the begin. I mean, after COVID, yes, we all took a, that was like the beginning of like a new chapter in our lives, you know. So talk to me really about the takeaway, the core of.
So the rebirth was basically to parallel Meds as well, because we sort of became dormant during COVID. And so we basically had to start from scratch because all of our equipment was stolen and we had to basically rebuild from ground up. So that was one of the points of rebirth. The next one was, and it was also because Bhavishni, born as Riksharaj, then reborn
as
into,
a man.
Bhavishni. She didn't know who she was, and then she basically found herself. So that was to tell the young people that were there watching, anyone watching actually, it's never too late to find yourself and always be comfortable in your own skin, basically. And some of the themes there were to raise awareness and on the LGBTQ community as well. So those were some of the points that we took away.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we'll talk about that community that sometimes afraid to talk about, or we put it in the back burner, or we sweep it under the carpet. But the fact is, it's real, it's reality, and we do have to meet such people, and we do have to interact, and we have to live among them. So we'll talk about that in your perspective when we return. This is a program, Conversations with Zelisa, right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. Let's go to these important messages. Stay with us.
Every word, every line, every paragraph depicts a real moment in someone's life. A father, a sister, a mother, a brother. We at Newsday are dedicated to you, the people, and through independent, unwavering journalism, strive to always bring your stories to life. Because your stories are more than just words. Newsday, independent and credible.
I'm Smith. Have you ever wondered what a man is thinking? Have you ever wondered why a man does what he does? Well, join us on our new show called A Man's Perspective, right here on Real TV, on Mondays 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m., where we discuss just that. The points, the clues to get into a man's mind. Right here on Real TV, bringing reality to you.
Welcome to the Power Play, the most exciting period in sport. Join us every Friday from 7 to 8 p.m. as we bring to you all things sport. We break down football, cricket, basketball, all the latest sports in the Caribbean and of course across the world. Right here on Real TV, your station for local sport. Real to the heart, local to the core.
Get ready to party with a purpose. The GMVS Community Parent Support Group presents Party with a Purpose, the Cooler Fete, fully AC activated and sailing aboard the Harbor Master on Friday, December 12th, 2025. Boarding starts at 7:30 p.m. We sail from 8 to 11 p.m. and it's just $250. Bring your cooler and your crew, but remember, no glass and no firearms. It's good vibes only as we party for a cause. Music by DJs Doll, Smalls, and Chunks, featuring Rihanna Gopal, Amit Suknanan, Rishi Singh, Suresh Miraj, the original Pumping in the Sandman, and Tracy D. For tickets, call Crystal at 379-9248. That's Party with a Purpose, the Cooler Fete. Cool vibes, warm hearts, and all for a good cause.
On Real TV, where we bring reality to you. To all of our local, regional and international viewers, thank you so much for choosing us. Those of you on the Caribbean Showtime television in Canada, thanks again for allowing us into, your moment so we continue to inform, educate and empower. And of course, those of you on the Tego app, remember to download it, take us with you wherever you may go in real time. Real programming on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. Speaking of reality, today I'm in conversation with some, the youth of our land who are going to be the leaders tomorrow. They are medical students and they are very much part of the movement for the encouragement of dharmic services. Welcome back. So we've got the president and another young lady here who is part of, you're all at Mount Hope, yeah?
Yes.
Medical students in their third year. Wow, 2 more to go. Our future right here. And they are part of the movement for the encouragement of dharmic services, talking to us about some of the experiences in being part of this wonderful movement, feeling as if you belong. If you had to describe your experience being part of this dynamic movement, what would you say?
I think being part of this club helps you come out of your shell.
Ah, that's a nice way of saying that.
That's really how I would put it. For myself and for some of the other members who I've talked to, they also feel the same way.
Yeah, you break the ice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel when you first started when you first started studying, was it very difficult? Was it very difficult because you sound as if you came from a family that's closely knitted? Mm-hmm. What was it like coming out of one area of your life and going into another? More so having to leave. Now there are others that leave Trinidad and go abroad.
Yeah.
But you've left your home and you now reside closer. Yeah, talk to us about that experience.
I guess COVID also would have made a big impact on that. Since
Yeah.
we were basically, our home for both of us started medical school in 2023.
Right.
And so COVID started in 2020. So for 3 years straight, we were at home. And then, I moved closer to Mount Hope, and I was completely away from family.
Yeah.
But I still had friends. And so with those friends, I joined this club.
Nice.
And in secondary school, I would say, I was not as outgoing as I am right now.
Okay.
Being in this club, that's why I said coming out of my shell.
Yeah.
Being in this club, it really helped me to learn communication skills and
Nice.
talk more with people who I would have never even thought to open my mouth to before.
And the beauty and the important thing, Sakshi,
Yeah.
such a beautiful name, is that you learn the art of communicating, which is so important in the medical field, being able to communicate with your patients and have that common understanding where you make sure that your patients feel as if they could express themselves or they could communicate with you without having to, oh, I'm talking to a doctor. Some people are intimidated, and so you learn the art. So it's really a win-win when you look at it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I want to go back to just before the break when you spoke about those that are blessed but different. And that community that you now, both of you perhaps coming from a sheltered community, not perhaps being exposed, but now having to communicate with others that are different, but being able to understand them and respect them because they're part of what you do. How was that like?
Well, so I came from an all-girls school, right? So
All girls school.
yes, so did she.
Yeah.
So we're not, this is not the first time that we are interacting with persons of the LGBTQ community. But honestly, Meds is such a safe space where one can be themselves because all of us started in year one, right? So year one, when we had nobody, we probably knew nobody in school, and then we came to this, and because we spend so much time together for the play, we become sort of one family, right? So this is where we belong. This is where we are seen as ourselves. So it really helps in interacting with persons who are maybe a little different from us, especially when we have to interact with patients that are of different communities.
Correct.
We can easily interact with them because we're used to it, We are used to treating everyone as our family. Basically, that's what we learned in meds. So that's
Nice.
what we carry forward. Even in med school, there are certain courses that focus on ethics and things and communication. We don't have to think of it as much as the rest of the students have to because we already have this sort of rapport going with people already. So we are used to this. We are used to being on stage. So we can do this with patients and actually try to actively listen to them and understand their problems and basically make them feel like they belong.
Because you can't discriminate.
Of course not, yes.
Whether it's ethnicity, whether it's color, whatever it is, you simply can't. You just have to have a love for people here with a kind, gentle soul. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah? Do you think that is what sets you apart?
For sure, yes, because even though we are a predominantly Hindu club, our members aren't all Hindu and they are definitely not all Indian. We have African members and members who are Christian, Muslim, but we all just treat each other as equal. Right?
What is the goal, the ultimate goal of this club? What is the ultimate goal, you would say, as the president?
The ultimate goal, like as it was when we formed it, it's to create a group of people that have an interest towards Sanatan Dharma, right? Yes, Sanatan Dharma can mean Hinduism, but it can also mean just carrying out your duty as a person in this world. So I think that's what the ultimate goal of the club is, to basically be who you are, carry out your duty as you are supposed to, regardless of where you come from and where you're going to go, basically.
Hinduism is really not a religion. Hinduism is a way of life, and we've been taught that. As the president, what do you have? I mean, you spoke about the play, and I guess you have your play every Diwali.
Yes.
So you have that experience, and you know, we always say that experience is the greatest teacher. So now you have the experience. Apart from the play, what exactly do you, or the plays that you have rather, what exactly, into other than the plays, what exactly do you do at the club?
Okay, so we basically try to celebrate every festival that we have in our culture. So in the next semester, we will be celebrating Phagua, and we celebrate Garba and Dandiya Ras as well, which was previously in the Chinmaya mission for this semester. But our club is heavily rooted in seva as well. So we like to give back to the community that gave us so much.
Well, Sewa Titi was born out of this aspect, and now they've grown by leaps and bounds. They've grown from strength to strength. Could you get the shot, please? They've grown from strength to strength. They've grown. Now they just gave Jamaica 1,000 buckets of food, and then they've gone into other islands as well. They've really done exceptionally well. Where do you see now? When you say you want to give back, you talk about Garba. That's quite popular, and it's a fun thing to do, where you also meet a lot of people, meet and greet and things like that, and there's a lot of excitement and dancing and things like that. But when it comes to, when you talk a little bit to us about giving back or giving to society, what exactly are you looking at in the future in terms of giving?
Okay, so in the future, we have a collaborative Ped Street plan, which was a big thing that Meds used to do long ago. They used to dress up as different characters and go around the pediatric wards, especially during Christmas vacation. Many of those kids in those wards, they have to stay over for the Christmas vacation, and it's a bit depressing for them. So they used to just go and lighten up the mood and give them gifts and make them feel loved and happy. So we plan to do that this year as well, but a collaborative event. So many clubs in Mount Hope come together and do that. We also have a health clinic plan, because we are medical students, of course. We would like to give back to our community. Even though we're not doctors, there are many alumni who are willing to help us, and many doctors that we know, many pharmacists that we know, which they would like to be involved in such a cause. So we would really like to do a health clinic to basically give back to the community that probably can't afford to probably come all the way to a health center or a hospital to get treated. So that's one of the...
That's a lovely initiative, having a health fair, a free health fair, so that you get give free health services, because the truth is there are many people who don't go to the community clinics, so they don't go to the hospitals, and they're living and they're walking around like a ticking bomb, and being as real as we can when it comes to diabetes and high blood pressure and things like that. So prevention is better than cure. So that's a beautiful initiative. I applaud you all for that. So it's not just about bringing a little smiles and putting on a play. There's so much more that you do. Yeah. This is a program, Conversations with Zelisa. I know that Sashki will be leaving us shortly. We're going to be joined by another med student, but I want to thank you for coming, and I want to wish you the very best in all of your endeavors, and may you continue to do a little bit of acting. You're as beautiful as you've got it. So beauty and brains. God bless you, and you be good. Let's go to these important messages. Stay with us.
Construction Company Limited. Save big whilst building stronger. We build with our Macon innovative building systems, which provides high wind speed, earthquake, sea blast and fire resistance, is thermally and acoustically insulated, provides improved construction timelines and cost savings. We provide construction services from design to finish and everything in between. Macon Construction Company Limited, building green today with tomorrow's technology. Contact or visit us today.
The Ambassador's Daughter, weekdays at 5 p.m., only on Real TV.
In every moment of silence, there is His presence. In every act of kindness, there is His teaching. Sai Darshan, a devotional journey into the life and wisdom of Sri Satya Sai Baba. Discover stories of faith, lessons of compassion, and the light of divine inspiration, guiding us towards peace, service, and inner joy. We invite you to join us every Sunday at 5 p.m. for Sai Darshan, where hearts awaken and souls find their way home, right here on Real TV. I am Zelisa Budu Singh Rupani, inviting you to join me for the rebirth of Apne Sitare, Our Stars, a vibrant and spectacular show celebrating the incredible local talents of the sons and daughters of Trinidad and Tobago. Experience the beauty of our culture through singing, dancing, and musical performances as we keep the arts alive and shining bright. Tune in right here on Real TV every Sunday from 1 p.m. for Apne Sitare, Our Stars. See you there.
Conversations with Zelisa right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you, to all of our local, regional and international viewers. Thank you so much for choosing us. For those of you on Tego, the app, and of course the Caribbean Showtime television in Canada, thanks for allowing us into your homes, into your hearts. I'm in conversation with a group of young people that are very ambitious. They're medical students, and they're here to talk to us about the movement for the encouragement of dharmic services. So they certainly, it's a movement that encourage and lend support, a strong foundation when it comes to dharmic and services, giving back to communities. Joining us is medical student Zachary Ramsundar. Welcome, welcome. And you are very much part of the team as well.
Yes, I've been with them since year one.
Yeah.
So I started off really, well, we talked about the play a little bit before, so I started off as an actor in the play.
So what was it that drew you to this particular club, or drew you to this? What was it that attracted you that you got involved?
I think, as we would have mentioned before, the club is a place where the acting side of it was, when I came in to med, well, during secondary school, I wasn't that, I was active a bit, but it wasn't anything where you put yourself in front of a lot of people.
Yeah.
And, you go out and, you're just in front of a stage or anything like that. So, because I was coming into university, and I was already away from home, and I felt there wasn't a lot of people that I knew there before. I had some people from secondary school.
Yeah.
But it was a limited amount. So in my mind is if I embarrass myself in front of these people, I don't know them anyway, so I might as well try to reinvent myself
Nice.
as much as possible and try as much things. So I just said yes to everything at the start of school. So that's how I initially ended up
Yeah,
there.
and you're still there. You're still very much part of it, which meant that you connected, that it did something positive for you. What was that, since you were a little, shy in school and then now into university, you got involved, you were involved in the play, you were the lead?
Yes.
Yeah? Were you a religious person? You came from a Hindu background?
I would say yes. I think relative to the normal person, I would be considered more religious. I started off in Chinmaya mission.
Nice, great.
So at around 8 to around 18, I went this thing called Bal Vihar.
The Bal Vikas, is it?
Bal Vihar.
Bal
So
Vihar,
it's
correct, Chinmaya.
It's
yes.
like Sunday school
Yeah,
for Hindu children.
right.
So while they have the Sunday session with the big people in the actual hall, they would take the children to smaller groups. So you'll have an infants class, like a medium 8 to 12, then a teen class, and then they would go and talk about different stories and probably play different games.
Very nice. So you had a little exposure and you were part of a group, from a young age, which was important, which had that influence in your life. So I think actually being part of the play probably fitted in quite well, but then in a magnitude of standing in front of a lot of people. Yeah? What was that first experience like?
Started. I remember this time during auditions where initially it was where you have the script, and when you have the script in front of you, you think, okay, well, I have to just stick to those lines and say it just the way how they do it.
Yeah.
But then I can't remember who it was, but it had somebody there, and somebody went off script and made up their own line.
Yeah.
And it had like a good reaction from everybody because one of our directors there, Amit Ramratan, he's a doctor in the US right now doing nephrology. So he was there and he had a good reaction even though he went off of his script.
Yeah.
So I think from that you could have take the lines, and even though sometimes you might read something and to go and see it again, that's not your words, but because you could take it and make it yours.
Nice.
You can make the character yours and just see it how you view it.
That's nice, being creative. Bringing a different dimension or perhaps a different perspective or a different life to that scenario, which is about what life is about really and the challenges that we face. So I think that's all part of the process when it comes to learning and being part of something that's dynamic, that you can improvise. And that is what matters. That even when life will throw you these hard stones or the storms that come that you didn't anticipate, you learn how to be strong. You learn how to get up and go again. Do you have those experiences as young medical students? Things that you didn't set out to, you didn't expect?
Well, the most I could say is that we have exams. Everyone does, right?
Yeah.
Very often.
Yeah.
And especially when it falls during the play, it's quite tough to manage both the play as well as the exam. But there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. So we know that even if the exam doesn't go very well, we still have the play to look forward to. So that's something, I guess. Other than that, yes, so the community that we create, right? So we know school is very tough, right? Life gets in the way of everything.
Yeah.
When we're probably not having the best day, something going on at home or something just happened and we're not in the right frame of mind. When we come to school, and see these people that we have spent so much time with, that we're friends with, that are part of meds, we just, automatically we get a smile on our faces, and whatever we were worrying about, whatever we were feeling bad about, it sort of goes away, because we know we have these people that are there for us.
That's important that you said that, which means you have a good support group. That is important. Apart from family and friends that you would have different relationships with, you've now built relationships. And I think it sets you in tune when you talk about exams and you talk about managing stage and going for rehearsals and things like that. It's really about time management, but it's also a place where you feel comfortable, you feel wanted, and it's a place where you feel you could breathe. You have accountability to the play, but then it's a place where you could go and just relax with friends. Even though it's intense learning with the plays and the lines and things like that. There's so many lessons in life that we learn that come our way that we don't see it as lessons, but they are experiences that will enrich in our lives, Yeah.
One thing to add on to that, when we, to become friends or whatever.
Yeah.
Initially, when we started, nobody's ended up be friends until the process is done.
Yeah.
So, when we started off in year one, even though we spent a month together and it was a big struggle, even though while we were struggling for the play and a lot of work into it,
yeah.
Only afterwards did we, because we had that struggle, when we see each other, then we became close. And I think it kind of also happens with the other people who join in. So because they went through the same struggle and the same experience, yes, we do in more or less the same degree, but the degree is about 300 people doing med. And they're just MBBS. So the majority of our members are MBBS. So when you have those 300 persons doing the same degree, even though that is a struggle of doing the degree, it doesn't really connect people as much. Because we will see each other in the library, but when you break it down into a smaller group and it's more specific, and it's intense as well, because whatever project that we're doing, whether it be Pagwa, Garba, the play, a satsang, a music class or something like that, because we have probably a month or 2 weeks where every day we work on something, it ends up bringing everybody together. Probably not during the struggle, but after the struggle, when the payoff has happened.
Yeah.
And especially when you take a bunch of pictures and you have to look at the pictures and everybody look through it together. That brings everybody together much more than the degree that you're doing.
It's like a family away from home that you've built, new relationships, new bonds, and I'm sure that makes the transition from home to university so much different, because it could be very difficult for those who are very closely knitted to family members and coming into a different space. Yes, you have one common goal, and that is you all want to be doctors and the best that you can be, but it also can be quite difficult, that detachment, but then you create this beautiful bond of having a goal that you work together in a different environment that's a little more relaxed, and that is what is important. Yeah. And I like that you understand the true meaning of that. The degree is important, but I guess the relationships that you create during that time is really also very important. That matters. Some people go on, some get married, fall in love and get married. Some are friends for life. They have many experiences, they become family, and that is what is beautiful. This is a program, Conversations with Zelisa. Let's go to these important messages. When we return, we continue our conversation. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Zelisa Singh Rupani, and I'm inviting you to join me for Conversations with Zelisa right here on Real TV. It's not just another talk show, it's a space for real stories, real insight, and real impact. We cover it all: health, law, parenting, relationships, drug and substance abuse, mental health, social issues, and so much more, with expert guests who help bring clarity to life's most important questions. So, whether you're looking to be informed, empowered, or simply inspired, this show is for you. Weekdays at 10 a.m. with repeats on Real TV.
I am Avinash Singh, former Minister in the Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries. I will be hosting the next Harvest, a forward-looking agricultural TV series exploring innovation, resilience, and opportunity across the Caribbean farming landscape. Join me right here on Real TV every Wednesday at 9 a.m. with repeats. See you soon.
Hello, I am Astrid Morillo, Mrs. Congeniality, a bilingual Venezuelan living in Trinidad. I invite you to join me for an exciting new program, La Voz Latina, where we will highlight the achievements, challenges, businesses, and culture of the Latin community in Trinidad and Tobago, including the food, music, talents, immigration experiences, and more. Join me every Saturday and Sunday from 6 to 7 p.m. for conversations that celebrate our voices, our stories, and our community. Coming soon to Real TV.
When security matters most, choose Catch Security Services Limited. We are proudly approved by the Ministry of Homeland Security. We protect your home, business, community, and much more. Our services include professional baton and armed officers, specialized K-9 units, mobile patrols, secure cash pickups, secure transport, and pepper spray applications and supply coming soon. Don't wait. Secure your assets now. Contact Catch Security today. Call 622-6601, email info@cssl-tt.com, or visit our office at 30-32, Saddle Road, Maraval.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. Welcome back to these medical students, and of course here to talk about the movement for encouragement of dharmic services. Well, we are aware that it takes money to pay bills and to get things done. Where do you get your funds from?
So every time we have an event, it's a lot of asking for gracious donations from different organizations, from different people, lecturers, even our members. But yeah, it's always a struggle because, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to raise funds.
Yeah, but
what do you do to raise funds, or what ideas do you have that, being creative to help raise funds?
I think one thing that's special about MEDS within the UE clubs is that we have a really great alumni.
Yes.
So when we came in, is something that you feel about it special, is that you would every now and then you would get a past member dropping in.
Nice.
So even one of our directors last year and one of our main members, Dr. Rakesh Harilal, he's a guy who, he graduated years ago, but he always passes by and helps out financially as well as give guidance as well.
Beautiful.
And we also have a lot of people. I don't want to name everybody.
But that's nice. It's kind when those who probably were there, they've moved on, but their soul and heart is still there in giving and helping to promote. And I think that's nice. That's
We can always
rewarding.
rely on them to help
Yeah.
us with anything. If we need something with props, we can just call them and they'll be like, okay, don't worry, we will organize it for you.
Yeah.
If we falling short on funds, we can just, you know, reach out to one of them and they would fund it somehow. And yeah, that's always great.
So
to have these
that's
people.
you guys in the future.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's also a lot. We have the alumni there. There's also the Hindu community is also very given as well. So when you ask them for some, it could be Hindu community like Hindu organizations or just people who are Hindus in other businesses, organizations, they would also give. And well, lastly, we also do our fundraising for ourselves because I am not the most knowledgeable about the fundraising, but I know that when we have an event and we working together, and we have people working together for about 6 hours, we usually buy food or something for them, and that
Yeah.
might cost, if you have about 30, 40 members in that one space, it might cost around 200 to 500 for one day just to buy something for them to eat. So we also do, during the time of leading up for events, you might see the club in the university selling like corn soup, pepper, roti.
Nice. So you
all
be
these kind of things.
creative. Yeah. Very
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. So you're being creative in trying to get your own funds to fund, and I think that is important. Madam President, what are your plans for the future? In terms of the movement, in terms of what is expected next, what can be expected from the movement next?
As we talked about before, the saver and outreach aspect of it. So you can look forward to a health clinic that is hosted by us in hopefully one of the temples to reach out to people. Next semester we have our Pagwa event, and hopefully we can have a Garba in JFK UE, which the UE Hindu Society usually works together with us, and we work together with them to bring that forward. We also have satsangs, which are monthly satsangs, where those are probably the best things ever because studies get in our heads a lot, right? So going to a satsang, singing a bhajan, hearing people sing bhajans, so that usually lifts our mood. Then we also have our music classes, which we started this semester.
Nice.
One of our alumni, again, offered to teach students music for free. So he does tabla, harmonium, vocals. So that's another thing that we will be continuing next semester. And well, the main goal of this semester was, well, the play and to gather a set of students who can be able to carry the club forward. Because of course, MEDS doesn't end with us, obviously. So we would like to be carried forward and with the same ideologies that we probably heard from our predecessors and the alumni. So I think we got that pretty well. We have a good team that can carry it forward, and yeah, those are the things.
When I listen to you and I hear you talk about the satsangs that you look forward to, the bhajans that you sit and you soak and you listen, listening to such soulful, inspirational selections can really calm you. Whether you're in the middle of a storm, you're in exams, you're trying to cope with so many different things, you're going through so many different emotions, it could really be an anchor or cushion to balance you, to keep you balanced, to refresh you, I should say, for whatever you're going to, the next experience. Whether it's a good one or bad one, you're prepared, you're strong enough. Yeah. 1989 is 30 plus years this started, and it takes a lot of work, time, energy, and a passion, because you already have a passion you're pursuing to become doctors, young doctors. And so I applaud you all for doing things like that, for not being selfish and saying, well, I don't have time for this. You've made the time, and that is important. So we are aware now that the foundation is in good hands, and it will pass over to even stronger ones, that because you are the ones that would lay that solid foundation. You know, you will be the leaders of those that will come. So you are the examples that they're going to follow, and having strong leaders will be very important. Yeah? Your closing remarks as the president.
First of all, thank you for having me
You're
here.
very
This
welcome.
opportunity was amazing. As I said, after COVID, our club kind of became a bit small. So having this form of outreach for us to really talk about what we are about was an amazing thing. Yeah, so if you're going into med school or UE anytime soon, meds is definitely a club you should be looking into, because we're not just any club, we're a family. So if you're joining us, you're joining a family away from home and making friends for lifelong. And yeah, so yeah.
Very nice. I openly also would like to thank Asha Shakti Maharaj. She was the one who said, you need to have these young, ambitious, passionate children on the show to highlight their good work. So I really want to thank her for making that connection. And Mr. Zachary Ramsamir, your closing remarks.
I'd like to thank you guys as well for giving us this opportunity. And I'd like to just say something to the audience, because I know we mentioned this play a lot. So we normally have it the week before. The next one, like in person, will be Diwali next year. So it'll be the Monday before Diwali next year at the Eric Williams Medical Sciences Complex. So hopefully if you would see an ad somewhere around that time, and it would spark your interest. So, but also if you would like to see some of the plays across the years, they could be found on YouTube on the Movement for the Encouragement of Direct Services YouTube channel. So if you search up MEDS, MEDS, play, and then whatever the year. So we have a catalog of plays through the years, I think going back until 2016. Around, it's a good bit of years of plays. So you could watch them. Some of them, you know, the quality of recording has gotten better over the years. So the later ones would be a little bit dated, but the newer ones are, you know, it feels more professional as well because of all the equipment.
As you grow, as you know, as you learn, you grow. I want to thank you, and I want to also say, whenever you're having any one of, whether it's your health fair or you're having your plays or you're dancing, and you would like to come back on conversations and share that, or like you said, Zachary, you know, if you have an ad, Real TV would be more than happy to do that for you at no cost, because we are here to partner and promote youths as yourself. You're going to be our leaders, you're going to be our future doctors. And so apart from that, the dynamic work that you're doing in holding on to positive things and promoting positive things will always have our doors open for you. Just know that. You're very welcome. God's choicest blessings as you go from strength to strength, and all the very best in your future endeavors as our doctors. Take care. This is where we're going to wrap things up for today. Let me thank you kindly for choosing us here on Real TV. Here's reminding you that with God all things are possible. Stick and stay. Great programming continues. And of course, see you tomorrow. I am Zelisa Singh Upani, reminding you that with God and only God, all things are possible. Stay with us.